Alright you guys, so basically we're going to start doing all the Honey Milk Ranch videos on the backup channels, Reloaded and Unbreakable and Unstoppable. So subscribe to all those channels, and this will be the new home for all the Honey Milk Ranch videos. I just got a lot of backlash because our channel's really, our main channel, Enter the Stars, is really about decoding the Matrix, right? And unfortunately, some people just, that's not their thing to watch these kinds of videos. So I decided to separate the two onto these backup channels, and so I'm going to give you guys some updates on what's going on. Things are really good here. Little things here and there. This is the new vehicle. I'm actually waiting to get my Xterra back. It's at the mechanic. It needs a, oh gosh, what does it need? It needs a clutch. And here's the boat. Got this little 7.5 foot dinghy. This is the one I almost drowned in. It's covered right now. And here I am in flip-flops again. Didn't learn my lesson about the copperhead that I can't show you because you're not actually allowed to even kill a copperhead. So I wink let it slide off. And so anyway, here's the boat, little 7.5 foot dinghy. As you can see, I've got some little cool homemade retrofits here. Little clamp that I made out of red oak for the fishing poles. And then I did pick up these holders here in the back. And there's a little motor too, I'll show that to you. Little 7.5 foot, I'm sorry, a 3 horsepower, 4-stroke. If you can believe that, they now make 4-stroke motors. Let me show you that. I've got it in the garage here. Then I'll show you my deer cleaning station and some upgrades to the fire pit area and all that stuff. So this is the little 4-stroke. Look at that beauty. 4-stroke, 3 horsepower. Beautiful little engine. And it starts right up. It's actually pretty powerful. So powerful that it threw me off the boat. So there you go. Those things work. Now, this boat, the dinghy there is probably about, I don't know, I want to say 70 pounds, 50 to 70 pounds. Then, of course, you fill it up with stuff, and then, but the motor pushes it pretty good, but it's just not very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not very boat worthy. It doesn't have a solid hull. It doesn't have good, rudder action or anything like that, so it's a little bit dangerous. It's good for getting back and forth from shore to the boat if you're dealing with, getting onto a yacht or something, or a boat that's moored out in the bay. But for going around and trying to figure out a way to, fish on it, it's kind of difficult. So at some point I'll get an aluminum boat, something real simple. But here's the deer cleaning station project. Show you that I just completed. This took me about a couple hours. I did it last night. I cut the wood for it. I actually had part of this already down the hill under an Indian marker tree, but I decided to bring it up here and then retrofit it with a couple of adjustments to go onto this tree here. You just don't want to be down in the woods doing this kind of thing. You really need to have a nice flatter surface. So I made the decision to do this. So what did I do? Well, as you can see up here, it's got, that's actually part of the hardware for my boxing gear, for the boxing bag, which is in the garage. And I used part of that. And then this, of course, is like a deer hanger that goes through the legs. And it's a kind of, it does have a slope here so that this all kind of goes out and down. And then it's got a winch here. So there's the winch. So you basically winch it up, and this will be the cleaning station. Now I've got to reinforce this. I got some bolts coming in the mail to reinforce it a little bit more, because I just don't trust my bolt action here. Okay, you can see where I put the bolts in. I did have to pre-drill these because this is actually red oak. It's very hard. So I had to pre-drill these holes, and then I just strapped it to the tree, so it's not hurting the tree, as you can see. And I've got a nice sturdy station, as long as I can reinforce this with some good lag bolts. I got some 4-inch bolts on the way, What else is going on the Honey Milk Ranch? Some of my wood piles. So I was able to access these wood piles to get a lot of this done. Here is the firewood. And got these pads to sit on for the fire pit area. As you can see, kind of cool, kind of match. I gotta be careful because I'm out here barefooted. Promise I wouldn't do that. And I promise will be the last time I do that. I need to put on my boots. In fact, you know what? We're gonna go put the boots on now. Just because I need to be a good example. I am going out into the homestead, so I've got to be a good example and wear my boots. Otherwise, I'm a bad example. Now after this, I'm going to show you some real-time footage of a wasp being electrocuted with a bug zapper with actual smoke coming off of it for several minutes. I zapped it, and within 20 minutes the thing came back to life. Now what I'll probably do is fast forward the waiting part because there's not a lot of talking going on. It's just me waiting for this thing to come back to life. Came back to life and just about flew off. So that just goes to show you there's something else going on here. Now I didn't put on my snake chaps. There you go. Boots are made for walking. Alright, so what else is going on? Let's hit it from this angle. Let's zoom in on that. There's the deer blind over there. Cool. Ready for hunting season. And hasn't been a lot of rain, so the barrels are kind of empty. Although, here's my setup. I've got quick release setup on here to go back and forth from public water to the brain barrel water. So all I got to do is do this quick release here. You can get these on Amazon. They just pretty much release pretty quickly. So that fitting there, the double header, actually goes either on the pump that goes inside the barrels, or you take that off and it goes to this main water supply. And there's the main water supply there. So I get about 3 days of watering out of those 200 gallons, which is pretty cool. So that's awesome. Save myself a little bit of money. So, you know, get about 200 gallons a month of free water from God. Now, the snake was right over here. And usually they say where there's one, there's multiple snakes. So I got to be careful. The snake was actually right here, right in this little corner. So he might have been under there. So when I walked out with my flip-flops, I was between these two, and I probably stepped on him. It was 7 a.m. He slithered out and went right under there. And then he wink wink disappeared. Now he was out for a couple days. All of a sudden, next thing you know, something ate this snake, I believe, because the snake was gone. Anyway, these are the peppers. Look at this bell pepper. I gotta stick my hand in the frame because I cannot see in this tiny little camera that I have. That bell pepper's coming in pretty good, as you can see. Let that grow. These peppers are amazing. These are jalapenos. These are the hottest ones I have, actually. Zoom in on this bell pepper. There you go. And there's multiple other varieties of peppers too, as well as lots and lots and lots of tomatoes, as you can see. Look at these beautiful tomatoes. Bright red tomatoes. I took your guys' advice and I actually put Epsom salt right on the top of the soil. It sunk in, and I believe it produced much better tomatoes. Now there's 3 different types of tomatoes, as you guys know. There is the cherry tomatoes, as you can see here. You can literally eat these right off the vine. Super sweet. Now Daddy Longlegs, for some reason, love these, so they'll eat them if you don't. And here's a cool little hack. I just took some caging. Notice none of these are in cages. This is overflow. So look at, it's like the tunnel of love. Look at this. Isn't that amazing? all those cherry tomatoes. I gotta get out here and pick the rest of these, because if I don't, something else will. See this? That means it's ready to come off. That's splitting right there. That could mean too much water. I don't know. You guys know all the little tricks and terms. But I'll pull those off now. Ooh, got these little peppers. Those will turn red soon. See, they're kind of hiding in there. Let's get a better angle of them. They kind of hide in there. Look at that. Just hiding out in there. Nice big peppers. Those will get red soon. And there's the garden update, you guys. Alright, so we've got a hornet here. We're going to try to do this in real time. I've got the zapper here. And we're going to show you guys what happens when you electrocute a hornet. Or actually, it's technically a paper wasp. So let me see if I can do this. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to electrocute this thing pretty much until it starts smoking. We're then going to bring it somewhere where we can, you know, stick it somewhere and set it on top of a shelf. As you can see, he's fully engaged on here now. And for some reason, after they've been fully shocked, see, now it's smoking. So it should be dead, right? See all that smoke coming off of there? Now, we're going to do this in real time, you guys. I'm going to set this thing. You can literally hear it sizzling. It was smoking. I don't know how something like this could survive this, you know? I'm shaking it around a bit just so I can make sure that it's maintaining contact here. It's been on there now for, you can hear it snapping. It's been on there for a couple minutes now. Now you would think no creature could survive this, right? I can smell the burning. Now let's go over here, set it down on top of here. It's a good place. Still smoking. There it goes. I'll sit here and watch this thing for a bit. Now it was literally smoking, popping, smoking. I can still see some movement, but within a few minutes, hopefully before the battery goes out on this thing, you'll see this thing just come back to life.
Whoa, there it goes. Whoa. And it's clear that it's gonna come back to life here. There it goes. Whoa. There we go. So it's moving around. I'm gonna pick it up with a stick or something so we can actually.
Whoa! And there she goes. I've got the racket here so I can actually see what I'm focusing in on. Sorry about this camera, you guys. You can hear her. She's trying to fly. She's literally... bugs, Arkansas. She's literally trying to fly here. There she is, right at the top of the racket there. And literally it already flexed its wings. And it's right next to that rock there. Yep, there she goes. There we go. So.
Okay.